it wasn't for this one thing, I don't think I would have ever gone from being good to really being elite in my years in college. Honestly, most of you guys watching, you probably in your mind think you really want to be good. You probably think you really want to be elite, but truthfully, if you're really honest with yourself, you probably want what comes with being elite more than actually being elite itself. You want the attention, the fame, all those things that come with it, and not actually the action and physical thing of being elite. Most people, even me, when I was in college early on, my first couple years, I was coming off of an injury, working through my freshman year, working through my sophomore year, getting better, improving. I was good. Wasn't a lot of attention on me because I was just there. I was just one of the guys in college that ran hurdles. I wasn't necessarily like super slow. I ran good times, but I wasn't like a star. No one would talk about me. If I'm in a race, they probably wouldn't even mention me before the race or anything like that. That's just a matter of who I was, but also that kind of reflected at the same time me and what I had going on mentally during that time and the shift that I had to make in order to get to the point where I was elite. My junior year, that mindset shift that had to become so much less worrying about anyone else and just strictly what I was doing and what I wanted to do, my goals, what it took, and putting that first and not putting popularity, what people think of me, what people think, I said that twice, but what people think of me and like their opinions and all those things and what it's gonna look like to them, or not going out with my friends or not drinking or not doing the things that everyone else is doing. That's the thing that people get stuck on. They have the goal, they have the dream, they have the idea of what they think being elite is, and they see it as in the highlights they see on social media. They see the popularity, they see the attention, they see the swag, the personality coming out in races, and the passion, those things, and it's on social media, and they see that and they fall in love with that, and they don't realize that that's really what they want. They don't want to be elite, they just want to be liked in the way that an elite person is liked. They want to be talked about in the way that an elite person is talked about. So there's a difference there. And for me, that was the biggest mindset shift for me in my junior year. It was, I don't care what it is, no matter if I win or if I lose, I'm gonna go out there and give my very best. One, because that's what I believe God requires of me, just giving my all in everything that I do. But at the same time, it doesn't matter what it looks like to anyone else. It doesn't matter if I give my very best and I'm trying so hard and I get last place. As long as I'm progressing, as long as I'm improving, as long as I'm getting better race after race, that's all that matters. And that's exactly what happened my junior year. And that mindset shift took me from being a no-name, pretty good recruit that came into college, didn't really run anything, made it to nationals, but again, no medals, no final. And then my junior year, having the SEC record outdoors, tying the NCAA collegiate record outdoors, breaking it indoors, running the second fastest time in history, indoors and outdoors. The second fastest time ever run by anybody in history of NCAA. I ran that. And the year prior to that, I think I might have made an SEC final, but even then, no medal. So I'm saying all this to say, guys, physical is important. What you do with your body, getting stronger, getting faster, working on your technique, all those things are very important. But the biggest change that you can make for your life and for your career, honestly, no matter if you're talking about sports or not, is that mindset shift of getting out of people pleasing and getting to the point. For me, you're doing this as a worship to God. I'm giving my all because this is what God requires of me. Even if you're not a Christian, even if you're not a believer, the act of not trying to please other people is still a positive thing. I would love if that was centered around Christ, but I know that everyone is not there yet. But you can always start somewhere. Start working to not please people and just see how that works out in your life. For me, that moment when I decided, no matter if I win, no matter if I lose, no matter if I tie, I'm gonna give my very best and run my heart out. Every practice, every rep, every race, Like, that was the biggest thing for me that year. That's what propelled me into the craziest year of my life. Turning pro after that year. I don't know if you guys know that I turned pro after my junior year because I ran that fast. Like, this was not a normal thing. The fast, like, we ran, the collegiate record at the time was 13 flat. I ran, I don't know how many times that year. I ran 13:06, I believe, at nationals in the semis. I ran 13 flat in the finals at nationals. I ran 13:07 at SECs in the final. I ran like 13:11 at regionals. We were running very, very, very fast. Like, this was not heard of prior to that year. So having that year that I had propelled me and put me in a position where I was blessed enough to turn pro. This is my 8th year in. Again, it's still crazy to say, but 8 years of being pro. And I believe there's still so much more. And I believe it's still a constant cycle of me having to reset my mind and refocus my mind, because once you get to a point where you break through and you have success, you start to fall back into people pleasing. I say that, I guess it's not technically people pleasing, but it's like you just worry so much about what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is doing, what everyone else thinks about you, and get out of the sense of like, this is just what you do, this is what you love, and you're just giving it your all, because that's what God asks for, that's what God requires. That one moment, that one mindset shift is the reason that I'm here today with this Team USA shirt on, that I'm a 2-time Olympian, Olympic silver medalist. I'm telling you guys that because it was not because I was the biggest, not because I got to a point where I can squat 400, 500 pounds or clean 280 something pounds. Like, all those things helped and were good, but it was the mindset that changed. I was always a hard worker. I was always fast. I was always studying my film and form and all those things and wanting to run really fast. But the biggest thing that changed my life was getting out of the sense of what everyone else thinks. You have to let that go. That's the biggest thing that keeps people stuck at just being good. That keeps people comfortable with being good, is because they think so much about what everyone else thinks. Let go of what they think. Forget what they think. Your life has nothing to do with them. Honestly, you being the best version of yourself is the best thing you can do for the people around you, whether that's your friends or your enemies. You being the best version of yourself and them seeing that in you can inspire them to do the same and not hold back. And again, like I always say, yes, I'm talking about track and sports specifically, but this also like relates to life. No matter what it is, whether it's in your faith, whether it's in your education or your relationship, you being the best version of yourself is the best thing you can do for the people around you as well, not just you. So the mind is everything. That's what Point B is all about. This is the mental coaching ground for athletes to go from point A to point B, and from good to great, from average to elite. And that is exactly how I got there, making that change mentally, not caring anymore about what anyone else thinks about me, not caring what it looks like, not caring if I hit a hurdle or fall or get embarrassed, so to speak, but go out there and give it your all. Fall and not care if they laugh at you. Once you can do that, I promise you, your life, whether sports or not, will change dramatically, and you will be better for it, mentally, spiritually, and physically. So thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments other things you want to hear about, other topics. I'm trying to get these videos out once a week. I'm staying consistent, and yeah, help us grow, man. Like, comment, subscribe. This is what I want to do, like, genuinely. Like, I want to help people, athletes, whether it's peers, whether it's people that looked up to me, just athletes in general, or even people outside of sports, transform their mind in a way that is going to set them up for success in the long run. And also, side note, I'm still on this journey as well. I'm still actively an athlete. I'm still growing constantly. And then aside from that, in my faith, I'm always growing, constantly getting tested, constantly trying to get to the next step, and just and just be the best version of myself, like I'm saying. That is what this is all about. I'm always trying to be my best, and that's what I want you guys to be as well. So appreciate y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace.